Hello. Welcome back to Almighty Blues FC, a fan channel for all to see. And yes, everyone, welcome. Welcome because it has been a terrific weekend. Of course, Chelsea won 6-0. That was special coming back, and we'll talk about it. Lekin, yaar, what a match of the weekend. Man City, Liverpool, maybe title challenge over, maybe not. Probably not, right? Lekin, dhamaka wala match. But yes, of course, I have to welcome back Dhenuka. Dhenuka, how are you? Big victory, I think, second gear में Real Madrid के लिए weekend में. So I hope you are like in the exact, kind of perfect position now.
Yeah. Very happy, especially because more than anything, more than the players' form and more than anything else, Carlos' rotation, which started with the Chelsea game, and then also you could see that in the league game. So very pleasantly surprised. He's resting players, he's playing the young ones, and he's rotating. So it was very nice to see that.
Exactly. I will get to details for sure.
Yeah.
मतलब, it's the comfort zone of Real Madrid right now, and enjoy that. That's what I can say. Like, and welcome back. Always good to talk to Dhenuka, and of course, yeah, people in the house. Big shout out. Or by the way, Adidev Guruji join करने वाले हैं हमें few minutes में. He just message. He'll be joining, and we'll be starting all the Chelsea discussion as well. Lekin football fusion in the house. Atletico Su. Okay, let's see. We'll discuss in detail what are the possibilities. हाँ, अगर triple decker bus नहीं हो तो maybe. I don't know why I think Villareal are going to win UCL this year if City doesn't. Well, Europa itself was history in the making for them, but who knows? They've been there in semis against Arsenal, right? Dhenuka, all those years ago that they lost a semi. I remember the year I think Barcelona beat Arsenal in the final.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
in the semis, right?
They were in
So
the
that,
semis. I don't think they've gone beyond that.
exactly.
Valencia
Okay,
had
so
there.
here are already questions coming, and by the way, we will be kind of marking जो भी questions है, we'll be taking whenever time permits, whenever the panel is free or whenever we get time towards the end of the stream. What do you think about City struggling only in front of goal? 4-3-3 teams like Crystal Palace, sometimes Liverpool and sometimes Arsenal, PSG. भाई फुटबॉल फ्यूजन हम देखे थे मैच साथ में मेरे ख्याल से सिटी स्ट्रगल तो डेफिनेटली नहीं की थी फार फ्रॉम अ स्ट्रगल they did very well. In fact, it's just that they didn't finish well. Dhenuka, I'm sure you saw the big matches, right? Man City,
Yeah.
Liverpool. But
Yeah.
having
Yeah.
watched that, I'll put you on the spot right now. I know this question is coming, and let's be honest, City is among the best teams in the world right now
Hmm.
on form.
Sure. Yeah.
Lekin, who's that best player in the world after
From
watching that
City,
match? Generally, who's the best player in the world on form आज के दिन में? And no bias.
Benzema.
I have to. Come on, I expected that, but I think yeah, it's obviously between Benzema, Salah, and of course Kevin De Bruyne, right? I think that's a
Yeah.
fair, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Absolutely fair. KDB, consistently amazing, brilliant. One player who can turn the match around. So definitely.
Ex Chelsea player after all, but anyway, yeah,
Yes.
can beat Liverpool and
Both.
Bayern. Yeah, you know what? It's always the case, right, with Chelsea. As we distribute players, क्योंकि यार थोड़ा सा norm आ जाए ना in the rest of the league. I know, as just batter apart, that's the reality that we kind of make some wrong decisions. They are not Salzburg and Benfica; they are more attacking team. Yes, absolutely, and we'll discuss that as well. सुशांत हाँ भाई बिफोर टाइम कभी कभी आफ्टर टाइम लेट आते हैं हम तो थोड़ा बैलेंस करना इंपॉर्टेंट होता है of course great to have you as well on time certainly and Puneet here Ankit there Zindabad yeah Puneet Zindabad Dhenuka Zindabad and of course Guruji Zindabad and everyone in the house as well Madrid for the UCL all the best that's what I would say abhi to one of made a best team win Tuchel said Madrid has 5 subs yes Nikhil will be discussing that point बहुत अच्छा point Nikhil का and of course Madrid fan in the house Nitish Kumar Liverpool versus Man City overhyped I enjoyed it to be honest as a neutral I enjoyed the game काफी दिनों बाद ऐसा एक गेम मिला है जहाँ पर end to end football देखने को मिला लेकिन I understand from what you're saying but it's obviously not two of the best teams ever which पंडित जो बोले हैं but yeah it is definitely a shout for there yes
I think
absolutely
also because it was the title. I mean, the title is so close, and they are the only two who are in serious contention over the title, right? So
yeah fair enough absolutely love from Nepal to both to you as well विलारियल जीत जाए यार ओके एवरीवन यार होपिंग विलारियल फैंस बन गए अभी सडन से यूसीएल में काफी इंटरेस्टिंग सुपर टॉमी टुकर ऑलवेज गुड टू सी यू ब्रदर यस ऑफ कोर्स yes we'll get to that I'm marking that question that Guruji come as well we'll discuss that and here secret admirer Spurs यार अभी इस week तो यार come on Chelsea has to be it's probably the game for Chelsea and of course Real Madrid as well for the season at least for now right
sure.
let's see as in we'll get to other comments as well And I have to basically show one thing to Dhenuka and to everyone watching. Just a reminder again. This is something of an inspiration that I'm hoping कि Tuchel भाई साहब, press conference तो कुछ और ही बोले थे, but I'm hoping that again any manager would show just part of the history. Dhenuka, I'm pretty sure you remember this.
Mhm.
This was like 2012. Of course, like the difference was that 2012 Napoli, what AVB had done to Chelsea, and then we got
Yes.
Di Matteo and did this, but at home at Stamford Bridge. Same thing
Sure.
2014 May, I think against PSG we did under Mourinho.
Yes.
Dembaba, Adam Tetu and Torres, all three were on the pitch together, and Aspilicueta, being in the forward position. Finally, we
Yes.
got it. Lekin, again, PSG is done to many teams that, as in PSG is given that opportunity, right? This
Mm-hmm.
time it is at the Santiago Bernabeu, and that is the
Sure.
main thing. And not only that, no English team has beaten Madrid in Madrid with a margin of 2 or more goals. Denuka will be very happy to listen to that. That's some stat. And again, Chelsea has, on the other hand, failed to score only in one of the last 15 away UCL games. So Denuka, 3-1 hai, I know. Great
Mm.
performance. I know we didn't discuss in detail after that game. We kind of, texted each other. Pretty much sure that you agree as well. And I agree that Madrid deserved it totally. As much as हमारे chances the second half में, you guys were the better team as an on the day. And we were really bad,
Yep.
especially in the first half, right?
Yep.
But for the second half, considering that
Mm.
history and
Yep.
considering that scoreline back at the Santiago Bernabeu, what approach would you like to see Real go? I know, like if Real score early, it's game over for Chelsea. But at the same time, if Chelsea get that first half goal, it is jittery,
Yep.
right? So, क्या approach
Yes.
देखना चाहोगे आप?
Absolutely. Approach तो वही है. मुझे लगता है we should attack. We should play our natural game and not do what we try to do against PSG, because that does not work. That does not work at all for Madrid. And then everyone gets confused about the formation. And then when we don't play our natural game, which is attack, it's very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And considering the fact that we also don't have Militao, right? And Chelsea is going to attack like crazy because it's a do or die. Like you have to go all out. So I think we have to really be solid at the back, and also Madrid will try to get on the counter like they always do. So hitting those goals on the counter, being really fast, and again for that, let's hope that Carlo has now started it. So I'm a little more hopeful. We need the right player selection. We need a
Yeah, I
Fede
think so.
Valverde. We need,
Selection, I will get to the
yes.
selection for sure.
We'll
And
get to that. But yeah, and also remember, while you're talking about all these other things from Real Madrid's point of view, I think it's all good to sort of figure out that Real has a like sort of cushy lead going in. But also remember, like with Juventus, I think it was in 2018 if I'm not wrong. With Juventus in 2018, we had scored three there also, and it took a goal in the
it was a
90
penalty,
plus
right?
minute.
Ronaldo
Penalty
ka.
from Cristiano. Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
Penalty from
yeah, yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo to actually win that, which was a nerve wracking tie. So we allowed Juventus to sort of totally dominate us in that return leg. So never say never. You never know. I don't think Real should or will go complacent in this tie, because it is, if you see the tweets and everything from all the players also and from Carlo also, it's always like this is half time. Like Cruz tweeted saying this is only the half time whistle, and you still have one more game to go. Same with Modric. All the people were tweeting along the same line. So I don't think, and I hope we don't go in complacent and don't let Chelsea score that early goal.
Yeah, that's a great call. And by the way, welcome Guruji. Long time no see. काफी दिन हो गए आज बहुत अच्छा लगता है when Guruji is in the house. It's like okay, fine. As in I get confidence that Chelsea can after all make a comeback now. We have majority of the panel for a change. Absolutely great. गुरुजी यार मतलब मैं वही by the way यार करीबन 50 लोग देख रहे हैं. Let's have the likes up. Let's like the stream so that we have more people. Of course, we'll have a lot more discussion. And yes, I'm starting a lot of comments so that we get to them later on. लेकिन गुरुजी मैंने वही पूछा था धेनुका से like considering 3-1 है, it's like Real have things to lose. It's like Chelsea. Yeah, I know we are defending. We are champions of Europe. It's probably possibly the last game. I don't know. Let's hope not as Chelsea fans. लेकिन क्या अप्रोच देखना चाहोगे? Because if Real score that early goal, then we are like doomed almost. And but if we get that early goal, then Real are like jittery, right? So from Chelsea's perspective, what is the approach that I think Tuchel should go with in terms of the
Just
tactics?
be confident in, just be mentally confident about securing a result here. Uh, the first goal is very very crucial, is absolutely crucial. But also be confident about the fact that because the away goals rule has been scrapped, and
Yeah.
you just probably you just need to get 2 goals. Okay, and you just need to keep a certain defensive structure in place. ठीक है, मैं
Mm-hmm.
अभी मैंने अपने चैनल पे सटल प्लग इन मैंने अपने चैनल पे एक वीडियो डाला है, ठीक है, एज अ रियल मैड्रिड बिल्ड अप. बट I was talking about that as well कि we can probably tweak our system to a 3-5-2.
Yeah.
Okay, where you have these two attackers marking the center backs out of the game when they are in possession, when the center backs are in possession. Because what was happening in the first leg was कि जब आप 3-4-3 के साथ जाते हो, जब 3 attackers के साथ जाते हो, तो the the coordination between those 3 attackers in a front line pressing becomes very important. ठीक है, and वो coordination दिखा नहीं था because Havertz, although from an attacking perspective he had an amazing game, brilliant efforts put in, but when it comes to giving cover shadow to Casemiro as well as pressing the ball carrier, that is from the ball carrying centre back, Havertz was not very efficient in that manner. ठीक है, and इसलिए more often than not the first line of press was being broken and Casemiro was receiving the ball easily. So when Casemiro receives the ball easily, then he has a lot of greens to run on to. ठीक है, and he drives on with the ball and he has options in front of him. ठीक है, so I think to close down that particular door itself, a two-man front line would work very well for us, where I would still play Pulisic because I will not.
Okay.
I'll come back to why Pulisic के ऊपर जो hate है that is unfounded. ठीक है, तो that Pulisic and Havertz का अगर front line अगर रहेगा तो both of them can work in a piston system where one person can
Mm-hmm.
be drawn towards that ball carrying center back and the other person can be interested in giving cover shadow to Casemiro. ठीक है, so that
Yeah.
the ball doesn't travel to Casemiro at any cost. So they're either forced to probably pass it out wide. ठीक है, and wide में we would have enough cover with a three man center back system, and with the full backs converging in, we have enough cover there to either force them out wide or either force them to give diagonal long balls. ठीक है,
Yeah.
तो
Yeah.
वो चीजें करो and win those first balls back again, win those second balls back again. Winning those second balls was a pain for us in the first leg. ठीक है, if we win those second balls and we adopt this system, then we become fairly confident about our game plan. ठीक है, we become fairly confident about a game plan, मतलब कि we get that first goal, try to get that first goal, and we still be patient enough in probably securing that second goal, recycling possession. ठीक है, all of that stuff. Don't take any risks, be very safe with what you want to do. ठीक है, keep doing what you have been doing when you were playing 3-5-2, because लील के अगेंस्ट भी हमने खेला था सेम चीज, हमने लील
Yeah.
के अगेंस्ट भी यही चीज की थी. ठीक है, लील के अगेंस्ट भी यही सेम चीज की थी and it worked. Try to be a little bit safe, but also with the attacking presence, try to be a little bit more bold in terms of how you want to press forward. ठीक है, तो वो
100%.
चीज अगर हम बैलेंस एक सर्टेन बैलेंस लेके आ जाए, ठीक है, वो बहुत सॉर्टेड रहेगा. एंड या आई मीन it's going to be a very tough task for us. Partisan crowd, Bernabeu, almost full capacity. I won't say totally full capacity because वो construction का सब काम चल रहा है उधर, तो almost full capacity, everyone will be in their ears, but we need to show that character of European champions थोड़ा सा और, ताकि
Yeah.
at least we can take it to extra time. That
Yeah.
should be our aim. Take it to extra time. Don't
अरे
win
वो
it.
वहां तो हो गया तो यार नथिंग लाइक इट यार, मतलब दैट विल बी लाइक एग्जैक्टली लाइक आई वुड से लाइक इट्स ऑलमोस्ट लाइक अगेन लेट्स बी ऑनेस्ट इट्स ऑलमोस्ट लाइक 80-20 वाला सीन और मे बी इवन मोर राइट. लेकिन हाँ वी ऑलवेज हैव दैट 20% चांस है मेरे ख्याल से. दैट्स माय ओपिनियन. बट अगेन ग्रेट थॉट्स फ्रॉम गुरुजी. लेकिन देनुका अगेन कमिंग बैक टू कार्लो एंचेलोटी, हम बात किए थे कार्लो एंचेलोटी इज नॉट द लॉन्ग टर्म प्लान एनीवे फॉर रियल मैड्रिड, बट द फैक्ट दैट अभी यार देखो आप I know 2-0 victory over the weekend, but even after all these weeks, I think Barcelona are doing a madness. By the way, they got a victory. I think comeback victory 3-2 with Luke de Goat doing what he does. Despite all that, as in Real are still there in La Liga also. Like I think हमने बात किया था कि Sevilla probably is the next game that you have. And
Yeah.
maybe when the draw was out, we thought that okay, that might be in the minds of Real Madrid players, but come on, like it's far from it. So would you say Carlo in for at least another year or two? Thing?
See, when I said he's a stopgap manager, whenever this question was also asked, saying that if not Carlo, who, right? There is no good answer for that also. So my thing is that if Carlo decides to stay on, or if the board sticks with him, it's not because, like, it's not because they don't have a plan, or like they've made a U-turn on the decision or anything. I still think Carlo is not the long-term plan. I still think that they are sort of either grooming Raul, or there is another plan in place. But uh, there is no one else, to be honest, there is no one else on the market who's a good fit for Madrid at this point. So we are honestly stuck with no options there. So rather than wreak havoc, bring in someone new, try test things out where things can go phenomenally wrong, he's again a safe choice. So if he stays on, it might be for that. That's always been my belief. But yeah, but I think a little bit of pressure off of him also, because there is always this thing in the press, and the things that do the rounds whenever someone loses a big game, especially in the UCL or in La Liga, saying Carlo out and this one out and that one
Yeah.
out, and that plays on the managers' minds as well. So I would say that was a good thing, that this came at the right time, this sort of victory,
Yes, yes.
if not anything else.
That's a great point. Again, yeah, people. Again, let's have the likes up so that we have more people. We'll take the questions. Don't worry about that. मैं mark कर रहा हूँ as much as possible. नाचो खेलेगा इसलिए कामाविंगा वाल्वर्डे दोनों को खिलाना चाहिए. Valverde is right winger. So again, Dhenuka,
Right.
I know that Aspi, he's probably down with COVID. As per the press conference, he's back. He's tested negative.
Okay.
लेकिन
Okay.
knowing the first leg जो हुआ था भाई वापस से लेफ्ट विंग बैक नहीं खेलेगा वो तो I'm 100% sure. गुरुजी as in pretty sure, right? वो तो नहीं होने वाला वापस. So considering that Valverde right wing probably may not work as much, and Nacho, is he that person that who's reliable? क्योंकि if I remember right, I know towards the end था लेकिन वो Ajax वाला game maybe was he not the person who got a red card towards the end and he kind of loses it. So maybe we might go that way to target certain players, right?
See, so Nacho is, first of all, we don't have an option. इसलिए हम 3 season से चिल्ला रहे हैं कि defender sign करो, लेकिन nobody from Real Madrid ever sees our podcast or anything of that sort. So anyway, all things aside, we don't have an option. Okay, so with Militao out, it has to be Carlo, and sorry, it has to be Nacho. So and Nacho will
Carlo
play.
आएगा तो सही रहेगा ना लेकिन. Yes, yeah, absolutely. Please go
And
on.
yeah, so Nacho will be playing center back, and uska kya hai na, see, the thing is, uh, he's not a complete defender like what Militao is. So he's definitely not. I would. It's obvious why he doesn't start when the rest of them are, right. That's not to say he's not a good defender. He is a good defender. He sort of throws himself around, and he will do all those things. But imagine like coming up against a Lukaku or someone. It's going to be so tough, right. He's not
अरे
that kind
लुकाकू
of a
नहीं जा रहा लुकाकू जाए he's not traveling. बच
no,
गया.
no, I'm just saying that he doesn't have that kind of physicality and the kind of
Yeah.
presence that a defender should have. Militao is more of that, and not just on that level, on various other fronts as well. But that said, he's not been a bad defender. He's not had like horrendous games that I can think of now. And it is what it is. You'll have to rely on Casemiro more for sure, like someone pointed out. You will have to rely on him more, and I personally think that we should definitely start Fede, for sure,
Yeah,
100%
for
for
sure.
sure. And
मैं एक
I'm
चीज
sure we'll
बोलूं.
get to that later.
I thought पिछले मैच में चेल्सी के साथ ही I think Gareth Bale and Carlo to have kissed and made up, right? So I think it probably will be the counter. Gareth Bale
Yeah,
आया और bang. I don't know. But I don't know. You're probably
I
right.
don't think
Valverde
that
is probably the answer. Especially
Valverde is.
आपका lead है तो I don't think there's a need to kind of go for it. But
Huh.
I don't know, man. The big question, obviously, every Chelsea fan is asking right now, Guruji, how do you stop Benzema? Is there a way to stop Benzema? Dark arts, Mourinho back. आप
You're on
म्यूट पर हो
mute.
शायद.
What we failed
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do against in the first leg, and even in the match preceding Real Madrid against Brentford, Ivan Toney roaming between the lines, none of those centre backs actually going forward, pressing Ivan Toney, being aggressive with Ivan Toney. It was the same with against Real Madrid. Nobody was tasked with probably marking Benzema or pressing Benzema or taking on Benzema, trying to make a 1v1 situation with Benzema and being on Benzema throughout the game. Nobody was tasked with that. And I think wahi cheez we failed considerably. We failed in that particular situation because whenever Benzema had the ball, all of our defenders, all of our centre backs, to be very honest, were standing off him. And if you're standing off Benzema, you are inviting trouble. So I think one of the if we go with a three centre back system right now, it is very convenient for us to probably have two centre backs giving cover to one centre back who's pressing on Benzema, whose main task is to contain Benzema. His main task is to contain Benzema throughout the game and not let Benzema travel too much with the ball or have too much of ball possession. ठीक है तो वो
But
चीज
that's
हाँ
go
yeah
ahead.
continue.
But that's not an easy task, right? Because
That's
Benzema
not
is
an easy
not.
task. That's not an
Yeah.
easy task, but that can minimize the potential damage that Benzema can do. ठीक है
Yeah, but
like
see, the thing is with Benzema, it is his positioning, right? Like he is
true
so quick with his, yeah. So you can never predict, and he is
true
acutely aware of where he wants to be, and he does not give that away easily. In the sense that you can, so like you said, unless someone sticks to him throughout, but then it is going to affect your other areas of play, right? So it's not. How do you balance that?
not really. I'll tell you why. Not really, because if we were a back four, which we were in the first leg, where once we
Hmm.
started, we were a back four. But
Yes.
if we were a back four, yes, that would probably structurally damage our system. But if we are back three, as I said, we have two centre backs still to cover for that particular aspect. And I'm not saying a Reece James would. I'm not saying a Reece James would be as adventurous as he was in the first leg, trying to
Yeah.
contain Forlorn
Hmm.
Mendy when it was not exactly needed. The danger
Correct.
on that particular flank was very clearly Vinicius. On paper,
Yes.
also it is Vinicius.
Yes.
On paper, also it is Vinicius. Let Forlorn Mendy come forward with the ball. Fine, take that risk. Let him come forward with the ball. Let him do those switches if he wants to. Let him do that. But the prominent danger is Vinicius, and I think Tuchel has realized it. And I
Yeah. Yeah.
think in this match he will adopt that situation कि ठीक है Reece James you will not get इतना license to roam forward ठीक है
Yeah,
Guruji,
and I think in
Guruji.
the second half itself, he sort of rectified that, right? Because Reece
हाँ
James was playing much
Yeah, yeah.
deeper
Second half he
in the
was.
second half.
अरे
इसी
I have one thing to add quickly यार गुरुजी. I won't be surprised Tuchel यार हो सकता है वो है ना रूबन लॉफ्टस-चीक को ना ट्रेन कर रहा है कि ना रियल मैड्रिड के साथ खेलना है राइट विंग बैक अगर आज
बट
भी नॉट
रूबन लॉफ्टस
100%.
चीक भी अगर आप देखेगा तो देखेगा साउथहैम्पटन के अगेंस्ट ही वाज नॉट एग्जैक्टली अ विंग बैक ही वाज एन इन्वर्टेड विंग
Yeah,
बैक
yeah. That's
ठीक है
true.
ही वाज एन इन्वर्टेड विंग बैक यू वुड नीड अ विंग बैक अगेंस्ट रियल मैड्रिड इन्वर्टेड विंग बैक की जरूरत ही नहीं है ठीक है टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट नहीं है तो दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग कि अगर आपके पास इफ यू हैव लाइक Reece James is a little bit more conservative towards his approach, and if you have one of those centre backs pressing forward, Reece James would double up as a centre back. Reece James can double up as a
Yeah.
centre back in those situations and maintain that back three, in whatever situation possible. Because our what our first priority should be, yes, definitely getting that first goal, but not letting Real Madrid score. If Real Madrid
Yeah,
scored, the tie is done. If Real
exactly.
Madrid scored, the tie is done. ठीक है मतलब है ही नहीं सीन ठीक है so I think the first priority should definitely be to not Real Madrid score. Second priority should be to get that first goal. तो इसलिए I think this particular situation can definitely work and that's what I was envisioning in my head कि भाई एक बंदा अगर आगे जाएगा बेंजेमा को मार्क आउट करेगा गेम से और Reece James can double up as that third centre back and
Got it.
maintain that defensive structure.
Fair enough. So here, like lot of people waiting. काफी time तक wait कर रहे हो. We'll take a couple of questions before we move on to the next topic. And by the way, यार हम discuss करेंगे बाकी clubs के भी as much as time permits. Absolutely, there are great matches coming up. पहले 3-1 वाले aggregate अभी तक जो है वो discuss कर रहे हैं. Put it that way. लेकिन I think यार ये गुरुजी तो पूछते हैं. गुरुजी ये क्या लगता है मतलब we discussed it in the beginning of the stream, but come on, City is far from a struggle. एक तो ये है. लेकिन 4-3-3 is it like man for man City like I know Atletico will come to, but is that something that Atletico can take something out of? क्योंकि 4-3-3 there is a way to kind of block City as well. जो Atletico managed for about an hour, right?
Yeah, because they were playing 5-5-0. So I mean uh, whatever team you bring out onto the pitch, even if you bring out the Brazil ka Pele, Garrincha, all of those players onto the particular pitch, it's not going
नहीं
to trouble Atletico too much. It's
नहीं
that system in the end. Matlab, you're not
नहीं
playing football; it's anti-football in the end. If you're playing anti-football, it's hard to break systems who are actually playing relying on anti-football. एंड नो
yeah
वंडर डिएगो सिमियोनी को बहुत स्पैनिश मीडिया में बहुत ऐसे मीडिया नहीं स्पैनिश फैंस यूजुअली आई थिंक देनुका वुड प्रॉब्ली एनलाइटन मोर ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर फैक्ट कि उसको
correct
उतना फ्लैक मिलता है बिकॉज ऑफ हिज फुटबॉल बिकॉज ऑफ दैट गेम ठीक है तो वही वो वापस करेगा ही जस्ट नीड्स टू गेट आउट ऑफ दिस टाई मतलब ही डजंट गिव अ डैम अबाउट हाउ कैसे क्या he doesn't give a
अरे
damn
हाँ
about these
he is
three
a Spanish
points.
Mourinho simply put like you know
He
that's what
doesn't
he
give
is
a damn about these three
correct
things. It will be very what would be what I think Pep के scene से what I think would be the solution भी नहीं बोल सकते. What I expect Pep to probably do here is just rely on some individual brilliance or a line breaking pass, something along those lines, because nothing else is going to probably uh, uh, break these two compartments when it comes to that system.
या एज इन ट्रिपल डेकर जो हम बोल रहे थे लाइक ऑलमोस्ट बसेस का लेकिन देनु का आई थिंक हमने साथ में देखा था मैच ट्रस्ट मी लाइक दैट वाज ओ मैन दैट वाज अ पेन मैन लेकिन हैविंग सेड दैट इस बार 5-5 इवन 5-4-1 तो होगा क्योंकि करास्को इज बैक फॉर देम तो आई एम होपिंग दैट वो जो उसका वर्क रेट है काइंड ऑफ कवर्स फॉर टू पीपल इन मिडफील्ड ऑल्दो इज वाइड दिस वन गुरुजी यार मतलब आई नो अभी वीकेंड के परफॉर्मेंस के बाद तो मेंडी इज क्लियर नंबर 1 स्टिल देयर इज नो टू वेज अबाउट इट लेकिन इनके जाता है तो यू थिंक आफ्टर लिवरपूल आई डोंट थिंक टुकल वापस करेगा ना वो चीज केपा को लाएगा बाय चांस
नहीं नहीं
जाता है
कैपा को नहीं लेके आएगा बिकॉज आई थिंक what the problem with Mendy has been also in the past few games is the fact कि he's trying to prove a lot he's trying to prove himself to a lot of people around ठीक है because he's trying to do a lot of things when on the ball he's trying to do a lot of things which he doesn't need to ठीक है even getting those short passes to Thiago Silva inside the box he doesn't need to do those half stopping moments doesn't need to do all of that ठीक है
he needs to
you
work
can
on
probably you can probably hit it to Rosie and nobody would tell you that bhai, you are the one to blame. Nobody would tell you that. No Chelsea fan would tell you to do that because we have seen those keepers and we are fairly comfortable with seeing keepers do that. ठीक है rather than adopting that dangerous approach. तो मेंडी के साथ यही है कि भाई उसके साइक में घुस के उसको बोलना पड़ेगा भाई तू बैलन डीओर शॉर्टलिस्ट पे नहीं है फाइन था नहीं था बैलन डीओर शॉर्टलिस्ट पे डोंट टेक इट इनटू योरसेल्फ राइट नाउ कि आई वांट टू प्रूव टू एवरीवन कि यस आई डिजर्व टू बी ऑन दैट शॉर्टलिस्ट ये सब चीजें मतलब इन माय ओपिनियन दैट्स हैपनिंग आई डोंट नो व्हाट इन रियलिटी इज हैपनिंग देयर ठीक है एंड फ्रॉम व्हाटएवर आई हैव रेड फ्रॉम व्हाटएवर आई हैव सीन आई थिंक दिस इज व्हाट इज हैपनिंग विद हिम कि भाई ही इज ट्राइंग टू प्रूव a lot currently ki bhai he should be counted amidst the top of the top line goalkeepers in the world. I think we already know that in the English Premier League he is one of the best keepers currently and he should realize it himself and be a little bit more calmer and composed with his whole persona. He doesn't need to be what do you say Edison. He doesn't need to be an
he doesn't need to compare to the other opposite number yeah I know Courtois is
yeah
different element yeah he's in his himself let him be himself
let him be himself and that's exactly why I think including Kepa at this very crucial juncture would just demoralize Mendy a little bit more and I don't know what is the next who will be the next Mendy who will come into the picture after the Real Madrid game so it will be very very yeah
please Dhenuka.
No, just to add, I think so. I always thought this of PSG. Okay, they keep doing this thing with Navas and Donnarumma, and I think that has a mental effect on the keepers as well. When you do this kind of stuff, right? It is because this is as much as a mental game as it is for like they need that. Backing and that consistency and whatnot so that will suffer so it's best not to do that is another reason why they shouldn't do that to be very honest
and Dhenuka do you have a Madrid fan club near Chandigarh
okay yeah so we do have a Pena in Delhi if that helps that is the closest unfortunately there might be like fan clubs but Penas are official recognized fan clubs I mean they are recognized by Real Madrid and the Pena closest to you would be Delhi. Delhi Penya is the only one I
Okay.
can think of.
Yes, and again, people like give a follow to official Bombay Penya. The handle, Instagram handle is there in the description below. और वैसे यार आपने बाई चांस आदिदेव गुरुज्ञान को भी नहीं किया है सब्सक्राइब तो प्लीज करिए. बहुत लोग देख रहे हैं, लाइक भी करिए स्ट्रीम को. आदिदेव जी ने एक्चुअली एक वीडियो डाला है आज, तो प्लीज चेक इट आउट एज वेल. और क्वेश्चन टू ऑल, व्हाट्स योर मैसेज टू फैंस हु स्टिल डाउट करीम बेंजेमा? यार गेट अ लाइफ. Simply put, honestly, man, आप करीम बेंजेमा
Fans who
को
still doubt, who's
कौन है
still doubting Karim
अरे
Benzema?
Who's doubting? I
दिखाओ
don't
दिखाओ
think
Who's
कौन है
doubting
भाई
him?
निपुण.
Who's doubting him, man?
Who's doubting him,
Man.
first of all? Exactly, man. Anyway, as in coming back to the
people
discussion,
doubting are the same people who do Penaldo and Pessi under like Twitter posts.
yeah,
जिनको
absolutely,
कुछ भी डाल दो, एम्बापे का पोस्ट होगा उसके नीचे भी आएगा.
Yeah, exactly.
100%, 100%. So I know Guruji, आपने तो बोला था we'll go 3-5-2, but again I have like a predicted 11. Again, Chelsea fans in the house or even neutrals, क्या लगता है अगर by chance again this is as per most websites हमारा most probable 11, which will be the case. But Guruji, the change that you recommended, if you can just quickly explain again, what is the change that you recommended from this lineup?
I think Werner will not play. It will be Havertz,
Even after that
Pulisic.
performance.
Havertz, Pulisic up front. It's Southampton in the end, please.
Yeah.
Matlab, I know it was 6-0 and everything, but
By the way,
if you
he
look at
scored only against
Salisu's,
Southampton.
if you look at Salisu's defending for most of the game, I think मैंने 10th या 11th standard में better defending की थी Salisu से. Not kidding around, but it was that bad. So I mean, yes, great win, great huge confidence booster, but this is big game time. So that's exactly why I feel Havertz should pair up still with Pulisic. Pulisic, मैं वही बोल रहा था कि Pulisic was largely ineffective because he was playing with Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta didn't have a semblance of understanding with Pulisic down that particular flank. He was largely Azpilicueta was largely ineffective from an attacking sense. ठीक है, तो इसलिए Pulisic के ऊपर it was very convenient for Valverde and Dani Carvajal to concentrate their efforts on Pulisic himself because they knew that Azpilicueta is not a threat. He's not a danger. So that's probably why Pulisic was just marked out of the game. He was closed out of the game. So if you look at the match very, very minutely, and that's exactly what was happening. So if you have Alonso down that particular wing, you know that there are two people that you have to pay attention to. So in that manner, Pulisic could be very, very interesting because Pulisic का directness, ठीक है, is very interesting to watch, and exactly something that Torres for Ferran Torres also मतलब in the El Clasico उसने भी थोड़ा सा exploit किया था डानी कार्वाहाल को with his directness. So I think that is what Pulisic brings to the table if he has a supporting cast like Marcus Alonso on that particular wing. So I think Pulisic and Havertz would be my front two. Midfield would be I think Mount, Kovacic and Kante. Okay, that would be my midfield. Then if you have my back line would remain the same. I see Azpilicueta coming in as a right centre back because I think Christensen had a shoddy game.
Yeah, and I wouldn't like to see him again, to be honest.
I think Christensen had a shoddy game, and probably he had a shoddy game because of Reece James का license आगे जाने को, and you can't exactly blame Christensen for not handling Vinicius because obviously Vinicius का pace and Christensen का pace are almost like polar opposites. ठीक है, so you can't match Vinicius का pace in that sense. So you need probably a right centre back who can also double up as a full back, and that is Azpilicueta. So इसलिए an Azpilicueta would be great in that particular position to थोड़ा सा nullify the threat of Vinicius. I'm not saying it will be completely nullified, but थोड़ा सा manage the threat of Vinicius a little bit more. तो इसलिए Rudiger, Thiago Silva and an Azpilicueta back three works pretty well for me. Marcus Alonso and Reece James as our fullbacks.
Okay, interesting. By the way, just while in the house, big up. और हाँ निपुण आरंग आपका भी attendance लग गया है, बहुत लोग का लग गया. By the way, I hope everyone has liked the stream. Checked out official Bombay Penia, उनका Instagram ID है नीचे, and checked out Adidev Guruji, उन्होंने भी वीडियो ड्रॉप किया है. Yes, you heard it right, absolutely. और हाँ लाइक कर दीजिए स्ट्रीम, वो मत भूलना, certainly helps. Or I'm hoping everyone is subscribed to Almighty Blues FC as well. Like every day is another day, right? So let's actually have more people here. So great lineup. I think Adidev Guruji, I would agree.
One thing, Ankit,
Yeah.
there are a lot of questions here about the omissions and in terms of COVID positive players and whatnot. So just very quickly, people are asking the same thing. So Vallejo is out, yes, confirmed. So that's another CB gone. And
यार वो स्टार्ट तो करता ही नहीं ऐसे
नहीं,
भी ना,
स्टार्ट तो नहीं
बट
करेगा,
एटलीस्ट
लेकिन अरे
ऑप्शन।
ऑप्शन तो होना चाहिए ना, अभी कोई है। And so anyway, Vallejo is out confirmed. So is who else? Lukaku is out confirmed
Hazard
because
did
of
not
some.
train. Obviously, he's not there for.
Hazard is out for the entire season, so
Yeah,
he's
he's
not
out
there.
for the season.
He's
Okay,
out with injury
and
for
I
the whole
think
season.
Chelsea के लिए यार Chilwell is obviously out, and Callum Hudson-Odoi, which is probably a good thing, Guruji, in a way that he's out, not an option. Again, no disrespect, लेकिन the fact is वो नहीं किया यार, मतलब Werner भी मैं बोलते आ रहा हूँ fraud. मैं तो on the other hand thought कि यार एक last option रहता, Werner यार दिखा दो अभी, ये एक game है, नहीं तो we won't get an opportunity. But you're right. Real Madrid probably will have a little bit of a low block as well towards the first half, so they would like to concede as well. So Werner may not be the right option. Lekin Dhenuka, for you, I think, मतलब again, no reason to make many changes, but the fact that Nacho आ जाता है, will it really, affect the balance overall? Because again, you might want to make another change just to balance that, or will you not?
I don't think so. I think Nacho will play CB. No, because
And again, any
like there's
Real
an
Madrid
option.
fans in the house, do comment. आपके लिए क्या लगता है ये lineup होगा कि नहीं होगा? Let's see, if you get it right. But Dhenuka, yeah, please go ahead.
I would have gone with this lineup only.
Yeah, are you going with this as well?
Yeah. I would have predicted this lineup. It's quite predictable. I mean, you need to take the stress off Carvajal. You saw like Valverde. You need Valverde for sure. So, and playing Valverde on the right wing is a good option. And in the game against Getafe as well, he you could see like there was this. There are moments where it's so apparent that he should have picked. He should have been picked over Asensio, or even Rodrigo for that matter should have been picked over Asensio. Like in X many matches, I can't even tell you how much. We would have saved so much heartache had we done that. But ठीक है, whatever for all things said and done, I'm just glad that Carlo at least did it in this game, the game that mattered. So, and he went with a very interesting sort of formation even in the Getafe game. And I thought we played really well in that game as well. Didn't give an inch to Getafe, so that was really good to see. Because you need Kamavinga, like a confident Kamavinga back, not just Kamavinga back. So it was good to see him get play the whole game. And so yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Like,
so
I
that
don't
is
know,
pretty
like,
much the formation I would have gone with.
But coming to the lineups again, the fact that मतलब I'm just optimistic here. In case it goes to extra time, गुरुजी खिलेगी यार कमी लुकाकू की, because वो option एक अलग एक factor नहीं रहेगा ना, तो I think probably, as in I don't know, again Ziyech, you can say Ziyech, was he not the person Dhenuka who started off in that Ajax comeback? He was the one who scored. He is one option
Yeah.
of the bench. Lekin
And-
Guruji, like what else can Chelsea do? Yeah, मतलब we have, like, again, we are also predictable almost, right? Like how Real Madrid are in this game.
नहीं मतलब you, as I said, right, if you're pressing the centre back system, and mind you, Nacho is very susceptible to pressure. मतलब he's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
susceptible to losing possession when pressured. So definitely a person who is very capable of pressuring those centre backs is going to work out for us. ठीक है. We exactly Lukaku definitely खलेगी, but इतनी नहीं खलेगी because you still have a Werner waiting in the sidelines, who's coming off a really good game against Southampton. So I think these are things that we really need to feel encouraged by, and yeah, I mean we just need to wait and watch what happens next.
Yes, absolutely. यहाँ पर यार एक क्वेश्चन है गुरुजी के लिए स्पेसिफिकली, यार ये तो पूछना ही पड़ेगा. Come on, views on Son and Spurs latest form. मैं
Beautiful,
ऊपर
bro.
कमेंट किया नहीं, बट यार अलग ही लेवल है ना Son.
Lovely. I mean, I watched the highlights. I didn't watch the game. I watched the highlights of that game.
Okay.
And मैंने कुछ को finishing देखी, and the understanding between Harry Kane and Son is just incredible. Sometimes I just wonder, मतलब this is telepathic understanding, literally telepathic understanding. So yeah, amazing to see Conte doing well. So yeah, that's what.
Yeah. यार देवेश भाई, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम. 100% यार, मार्कोस अलोंसो, पैब्लो एस्कोबार, वो दिखा दिया वर्नर को गोल कैसे करते हैं. मतलब द वे ही जस्ट वेंट बैंग, दैट इज व्हाट वी नीड इन दिस गेम. हमें गोल्स चाहिए एज अ चेल्सी फैन, यू नो. एंड यार बीइंग अ पर्सन फ्रॉम मैड्रिड, he would love it, like, play in Madrid as well. There's a story behind it as well, right? I think Rodrigo should play in right wing and Valverde in midfield. Interesting. मतलब
So
वही है,
this will
Nacho
be
के
an
लिए
option.
yeah, because
Yeah,
of
this
that
will be
extra.
an option. If things go, if all hell breaks loose, then this is definitely going to be the next option, right?
Yeah,
Because it's not like we have any other options. But I still think that I know it's not very favorable, but when you need those long balls and those long passes, and Cruz, when he's not playing very deep, is still very, very effective. He's one of our best players. So,
yeah,
uh, yeah. So, and mind you, in those other matches, he was coming off of an injury, and in the matches where he hasn't performed that part, he has been playing. It is where Carlo was playing a low block and he was playing very, very deep. That is not Cruz's natural. Like, he doesn't do well there. So I would definitely think that if we are playing, if he doesn't play so deep and he can play his natural game, we need him for those crosses, for the long
Mhm.
balls. So I would definitely play Cruz. And if it doesn't work out, we always have an option in Camavinga. We can play Fede, Camavinga, and Modric. So I
Yeah,
would
you do
still
have
start with
options
the.
after all. Absolutely. Lekin, I think, yeah, by the way, Daily Football Madness, now people to check out Daily Football Madness. Usman bhai, big up Ankit, keep growing. Absolutely, bro. You too as well. We just need best wishes for the match. अभी बोल दो यार, Chelsea जीतेगी. I know your predictions are coming right as well these days. थोड़ा content creator तो चलता है. मेरा 2 हफ्ता अच्छा चल रहा था अभी, उस्मान भाई का चल रहा है, तो I'm like, okay, please give me a good prediction, man. As in, let's get to predictions, Guruji. Let's get it, man. Come on. Do you think extra time is जा रहा है? Everyone in the chat as well. Let's get the predictions. Real Madrid, Chelsea, the big one.
नहीं नहीं, very unfair to get a prediction from me. मतलब
अरे
I
बोलने
honestly
में जाता है
I
यार, बोल दो. Come
नहीं
on, come
नहीं, I
on.
honestly wanted to go to extra time, and right now मैं तो बोलता, मैं अगर like neutral होता मैं definitely बोलता, but right now it's very hard to think of it as a neutral.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, Dhenuka, what is your gut saying? Like, obviously, you have confidence going to Bernabeu. Like, and again, it's happened against Ajax. I would like to ask you actually, like, who's that one player? Again, I have a feeling that there might be a point where we do a Mourinho in tactics and play dark
Hmm.
arts as well. It might get so desperate. And who's that one person who is susceptible to getting a red card? I know Militao is missing. He would have been one जो opposition को निकालता red card. लेकिन maybe Nacho again. Who's that one person? I think probably if you're down to 10 men is our best chance. That's what I would say, obviously.
Uh, hmm. I don't think anyone in this current lineup. I don't see it.
Okay,
Casemiro
that's
probably.
confidence. Guruji, यार chance
But
नहीं है लग रहा है हमने.
नहीं, मतलब tactical foul कोई करे, and see Casemiro, to be honest, like he's 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 an intelligent, like when he makes tackles and whatnot, he
Mhm.
might be impulsive, he'll get that useless yellow and whatnot, but many a times, like he's like a cat, he has a lot of lives. So I would say that, so him getting a red card, like, would be, I don't know. I don't see that, but and apart from that, who, like, there's Alaba,
Yeah,
there's
वही Casemiro,
Mendy,
Nacho, मतलब these are probably you're right,
यही है.
probably मतलब वही
So
है.
probably
Uh, yeah,
Casemiro
you
and
know what?
Nacho only.
मतलब मैं तो बोलूँगा यार चेल्सी जीतेगी. गुरुजी, I am confident. लेकिन I doubt whether it'll be enough. We might just get a 2-1 victory, but yeah, we'll probably fall short. लेकिन वो character दिखेगा. मतलब I have a feeling यार Tuchel, he's just playing. I know वो press conference में बोल रहा है कि we hardly have a chance and whatnot. I think these are all games. Like pretty sure that Tuchel, knowing him, he's not one to kind of give up. He was like clear कि यार last game में जो हुआ था first half, it was probably our worst performance of the season for Chelsea in that first half. So knowing him, यार proper class ली होगी. लेकिन yeah, as in we can only wish that the best team wins, and we are hoping as Chelsea fans. Chelsea, Dhenuka, I'm pretty sure, and every Madrid fan here is hoping Madrid. So
Yeah. And
yeah,
I
of
think
course
it's
we
very
are.
interesting because
Mhm.
last year also we were pretty much with Liverpool, right? It was something similar. We sort of blew Liverpool out of the water in that first leg, having scored all those goals. And coming back to Anfield, I would say that they really tried to claw back in, but they couldn't get a goal. So if you look at now, if you go back and look at that game and whatnot, you might say that Arey yaar, Liverpool actually, matlab, they did so many things right, and that is the kind of effort we should have seen them put in the first leg and whatnot. But at the
Yeah.
end of the day, अभी एक साल बाद कितने लोगों को वो याद है, right? The thing you see is that they did not score. in the second leg, and so yeah. But that said, this was a completely different team with under Zidane.
Mm-hmm.
What we have now is a completely different team under Carlo. Everything tactically, everything is different. So yeah, so that is the thing. So how do you navigate that is one question. So I had a question for you guys. Did you
Yes.
guys like underestimate Real a little bit going into that first leg? Like, would you have
Yeah,
given? Uh,
yeah.
did you
Honestly, yeah,
think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
लेकिन गुरुजी like first 7 to 8 minutes आपको याद है we actually did very well for the
Yeah,
first
that
7 to 8 minutes.
that
पता नहीं
that's
what
why I told.
happened.
That's why I told you, कि the XG for us also statistically speaking, if you look at all of these
Yeah.
minute statistics, we were on paper a better team than Real Madrid. We had an on paper a better performance than Real Madrid just because of our errors and because of the fact that they have this clinical striker in Benzema that they were and that energy of Fede Valverde on that right wing. These
Mm-hmm.
were some primary factors of why they won that game. Okay, because we lacked in those departments. We properly lacked in those departments, and on one hand, when there was one stunning save from Thibaut Courtois, and on the other hand, we have this person called Edouard
Howler.
Mendy, we who made an absolute howler at the turn of the second half. मतलब जस्ट
I
सेकंड हाफ स्टार्ट हुआ है, मतलब मुझे अभी भी याद है कि मैं एक डिफरेंट गेम देख रहा था बिकॉज मुझे लगा हाफ टाइम हो गया, तो एक डिफरेंट गेम देख रहा था प्रीमियर लीग का. आई थिंक इट वाज बर्नली वर्सेस एवर्टन. मैं वो गेम
yeah
देख रहा
exactly.
था एंड उसके बाद मैं आई वाज लाइक ठीक है हाफ टाइम खत्म हो गया, तो आई स्विच द चैनल एंड मैं देख रहा हूँ बेंजेमा सेलिब्रेटिंग एंड मैं बोला कि क्या हो गया.
अरे I
46
overreacted man. I don't overreact. Guruji knows it. I don't overreact. I said यार Mendy is overrated मेरे मुंह से निकल गया. लेकिन इतना I was like that was probably the lowest moment of me as a Chelsea fan in recent years. Put it
No,
Yeah,
that
and
way.
I
because
would say that that changed the like
that
that
changed
killed
it
the
because
yeah
at that because
chances.
half time पे you bringing on Kovacic and Ziyech, ठीक है, whom
Yeah.
मतलब you're thinking that probably these two people would affect the game, but before they even had the chance to
Yeah,
even think about spelling effect का
yeah.
Edouard Mendy just took it away from them. Edouard Mendy just took the game away. He killed the game right there and then. So you can't really blame Chelsea after that because they mentally a team would definitely be devastated with that. So I
Sure,
think
yeah. I think that
yeah,
was the
I
turning
think
point. I would say, yeah.
yeah, I think that was it. I mean, that is exactly why I think we could have won that game. We could have secured a result in that game. Then that's what I was thinking pre-match maybe.
गुरुजी रोमन का चेल्सी फैन बाहर निकल के आ रहा है कि अभी रियल मैड्रिड को डराते हैं कि मैं भी आ रहा हूँ ला लीगा में. आई एम बाइंग वेलेंसिया. I don't know, like, how do you react to this news, man? As in, what's he
Rumors,
up to?
man. Rumors.
Yeah, rumor. As in,
Nothing more than
after all
that.
this, I think he'll be stupid to kind of do this right now. I think probably
Rumors.
Turkey, I can still get it. Keeper club था, that is probably down the dumps. So he's like, okay, fine, कहीं तो लगाना पैसा लगा देते. But this is like totally untrue, man. It's not going to happen. But yeah, I think that was Real Madrid Chelsea again. The rest is let's leave it to destiny. Let's see whatever happens. Let's hope we get a great game. I'm pretty sure it'll be a good game this time around. It's a proper knockout fixture. But another 3-1 quickly हम बात कर लेते हैं. That is of course Benfica Liverpool. Now it's back at Anfield 3-1. I think Guruji, was it Benfica? Yeah, Benfica have beaten Liverpool. There are only one of two sides who have beaten Liverpool with 2 or more goals at Anfield in the past in 2006. But again, history counts for nothing. But Darwin Núñez, bhai, where would you rate him? Again, Barca के लिए fit 31 goals, I think 36 matches में. He scored a hat-trick over the weekend as well.
ठीक है, मतलब ओके, अच्छी बात है, स्कोर्ड अ हैट्रिक, बट यू नीड टू लुक एट द क्वालिटी ऑफ द लीग्स एज वेल. मतलब ठीक है, गुड प्लेयर, ग्रेट पोटेंशियल, बट यू लुक एट द क्वालिटी ऑफ द लीग्स इन क्वेश्चन एज वेल. Probably you seeing Anthony Martial didn't have a great season for Manchester United, but when you come to Sevilla, he's done decently well. I'm not saying he's become a superstar, but he's become decently well. And this time around, I'm not comparing the quality of the league. I'm just comparing the profile of the two leagues. In one hand, the English Premier League is fairly fast paced, and in the other hand, the La Liga is fairly technical. And I think that is where he's thriving more. So you can't really say that bhai Darwin Núñez abhi Barca aayega and he'll become like a superstar. I don't know. You can't really tell. And it's just the hype right now. The hype is real around Darwin Núñez because of his different मतलब जो भी scenes उसने किए. But it's not exactly, you can't exactly predict that that's exactly what's going to happen when it comes to Barcelona. Talking about the game, Liverpool will be out to probably, after that performance against City, they will probably be out to probably prove different people that yes, मतलब we are still there. मतलब वो rear guard action भी नहीं बोल सकते यार. I mean, it was City should have killed that game off in all respects. City should have definitely killed that game off, and Liverpool on the other hand would be looking back and saying that these are the pressing concerns that we have, and they would be looking ahead to this game to probably show different people, show the critics around कि भाई मतलब we do have the character to progress in this competition, and जो गुस्सा होगा वो बेनफिका पे निकलेगा.
Yeah, exactly. Benfica is cursed, bhai. Yes, of course. We all know of that curse. Well, hey, European curse, or it's coming true, man. Let's see. As in again, this time it's a long shot, and I think Guruji is absolutely right. Well, they do have players, but again, it's far too long. Again, Liverpool, both sectors they gave it at all, especially in the second half. They might be a little bit tired, and they have a weekend game against Man City. But I think Dhenuka, there were questions for you here because being a La Liga fan, looking at Liverpool and City. Who's your bet? Who's going to win the Premier League this time?
I don't know. I would now it's a little difficult because if this question would have been before, I would have said Liverpool have an edge, I think. But now it's so tough. Like City, it's like in La Liga, right? It's out of Liverpool's hands now. They have to win every match that they play, and still it won't be enough. They have to hope that City do something like foolish, and I don't think City has a tough game coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So
Interesting. Fair
so
enough.
I would pip City,
City?
but it would be really interesting if Liverpool goes ahead and wins this. If City now give in to pressure all of a sudden, which I don't know, I don't see it happening, but who knows?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, by the way, मैं देख रहा हूँ almost 370 लोग ले लिए poll. I hope everyone takes the poll. लेकिन यार likes काफी कम है. So let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up to that number as well. And check out official Bombay Penia. The Insta handle is in the description below. Just the first line, and same goes for Aditya's Guru Gyan, the channel. And I'm hoping everyone 150 of you watching, everyone is subscribed to Almighty Blues FC. Trust me, you will like the content overall as well. If not, I'm always open to feedback. Question for Adi Bhaiya and Ankit Bhaiya. 90th minute penalty for Chelsea and the score is 3-3. Who's taking? And imagine Jorginho is not on the pitch. Bolo yaar, Guruji. Havertz, come on. नहीं. थका रहा
हाँ
है,
Havertz
नहीं?
ही, हाँ Havertz ही, मतलब I don't want, हाँ Havertz, हाँ ठीक है.
Havertz है, Mason Mount ही है, वो कैरेक्टर
हाँ,
ये दोनों में दिखता है
Havertz,
मुझे.
Havertz, हाँ,
Exactly,
Havertz.
right. Exactly. Like यार, what will be Chelsea's playing? हमने actually cover कर लिया, और rather maybe I am slow in the comments, I don't know. So yeah, do watch back अगर आपने miss किया. We are talking about other games quickly. यहाँ पर I think Liverpool might rest few players given the play Man City again weekend, the Cup semi-final. So this is what something like, if I'm not wrong, Guruji, Sadio Mane और Diogo Jota दोनों first leg miss कर सकते semi-final के if they get booked. So I think by default they will probably be rested. It's Benfica, 3-1 lead at home पे. But in case if they were fit as well, like for you, Liverpool, who's your best front three? Agar if you are a Liverpool supporter in case.
Very interesting question.
Because that is, I think मेरे लिए problem वही लग रही है. Klopp is almost like he is not knowing his first three, who's going to start up front. Because Luis Diaz has been brilliant, man. मतलब अलग ही level. और ये बेनफिका के साथ है तो यार kind of edge होगा.
नहीं, Luis Diaz will definitely start.
Yes.
Luis Diaz, Jota, Salah. That will be my front three. Luis Diaz, Jota, Salah.
Yes, I think Mane is probably the one. यार अगर साला कर लेता है वो contract extend it, it'll probably Mane probably heading somewhere else. Or I don't know, Liverpool might do a madness here. Galacticos, if Liverpool aren't, they might just become, who knows. They don't usually do that. Like, absolutely good point by Prasanna there. But Benfica also have like 8 players at a risk of suspension. Not there वो सोचने वाले. For them it's like यार जीत जाए तो बहुत ही बड़ी बात होगी. But any chance Dhenuka you're giving Benfica, or it'll be Liverpool, right? for this game?
Liverpool.
Right?
Liverpool.
Okay,
For sure.
perfect. And I think the big game, talking about, as in talking to Dhenuka especially, Atletico, man. I know we spoke about double-decker buses, triple-decker
Yes.
buses, and whatnot. They lost away to Mallorca, I think, 1-0 over the
Yeah.
weekend. तो अभी दो लगातार 1-0 victories हो गए. Come on, as a La Liga fan, you must hope that it will be third time lucky for Atletico, नहीं? Or as a rival, no.
Uh, See, they are going to continue doing the same thing that they are. Tactically, तो वो लोगों का tactics are really clear, right? Because they are not going to. They don't have any other option. Let's put it that way. They will play the same way, trying to like they'll park the bus and then try to hit on the counter. But this is what they are going to do.
Yeah, I
So
think
against in La Liga, I think like the teams are more seasoned to this, so that's probably it. And Bayern has been having problems of their own, so it's one of those things in the UCL, I think. And so if I don't know, they'll try to Simeone will try to frustrate the hell out of Bayern again, and if Bayern give in to that
you
again,
mean
then
City, right?
sorry, City, and if they sort of get rattled and give in to that again, then it's a problem. But otherwise, I don't know. City should go through this one for me.
See, that's fair. Like in Guruji, like again, I'll change this question to Atletico Madrid itself. मतलब obviously that is their tactic. हम जानते हैं मतलब they don't probably know another way, especially in Champions League. But the fact being that I think Atletico, they haven't done well in the last 6 UCL games. They haven't won at home, and so they need to do something else. मतलब City, I know. आप कितना देर रोकोगे यार?
They won't they won't do anything else.
Yeah,
It's
they
very
won't.
they won't do anything else. It's that plan. Matlab, it's pointless to talk about what Atletico will do because this is going to be their game. This is going to be how they'll play.
It's probably about
Simple.
City here because City क्या करती है, that is the main thing. Like I think probably one thing can be maybe Fernandinho plays because I'm pretty sure वो dirty game थोड़ा होने वाला है. But I think City will go for it, man. I don't think एक reason है City के लिए also to change.
What will you do by playing Fernandinho? What is he going to bring to this game? Because in all honesty,
just a steal in midfield, right?
Why would you need a steal in midfield when you know that they are going to be sitting back? Simple cheese, na bhai. Why would you need that steal in midfield? You would need a steal in midfield if you know that they are going to hurt you on the counter every time. If in all matlab 10 minutes mein they're going to hit you on the counter. That's not going to happen. They'll probably smash you on the counter around match with 4-5 bar. That's all. I don't think so Rodri is incapable in that sense ki matlab he can't probably do a tactical foul. He's more than capable of getting a tactical foul, getting a yellow card on the night. So I think they are fairly covered. They should still believe in that particular system that they have currently. Because that's their best bet. Riyad Mahrez ke jagah pe, if they like, when I was watching that Atletico game, Mahrez was very one-dimensional in his approach. मतलब जाएगा half space में जाएगा, he'll hug that one, क्या बोलते हैं? He'll hug that D का right, he'll hug that D box का right वाला हिस्सा, and then he'll try to get a cross in or do a cutback. That they need a little bit more verticality from the middle, rather than having that one certain approach. They need Sterling to they should try to adopt Sterling more into the game. ठीक है, because last game में Sterling की I think Sterling की involvement बहुत कम थी relatively when you talking about the right flank. Left flank से ज़्यादा कुछ चीज़ें हो नहीं रही थी, so they should be a little bit more balanced in that, and I think they can get a result out of this game.
Yeah, 7-seater bus is greater. Yeah, Tuchel is specialist यार उसमें तो यार let's get it right. He's a driver and let's see, like we are hoping that we get more than that against Real. यार दीपायन आपने खुद ही शायद आंसर कर दिया क्वेश्चन. Do yellow cards carry over Champions League semi-finals? Yellow cards are not carried over into semi-finals. The only way a player misses the final is via red card. I think until the semi-finals are missed कर सकते हो, right? Guruji and Dhenuka, if I'm not wrong, that is what it is. And then finals, yeah, that rule was changed, I believe, a few years ago. So you don't miss the final, and that's a good thing. I know we had lots in 2012. That's something that we all remember. Yeah, I think again we have already addressed this. AVS Pariyar, thanks for joining. Ab dekhiye, Nacho is what I think the obvious option is that everyone is gone for, including Dhenuka. I don't think there's a chance. So I think again Atletico I think Jimenez is still out. Big miss for them. Very
Yes.
important. more than the defense, I think वो एक है goal scorer Dhenuka. He can actually get you a set piece goal. So for me, that Jimenez, that
Absolutely.
factor is going. I think for
And as we
Man
were
City,
watching that first leg also, it was very apparent, right? Like we kept commenting about the fact that they are missing
yeah.
him. So definitely.
100%, 100%, absolutely. And yes, I know गुरुजी को जाना है, तो उसके पहले यार मैं बोल देता हूँ, गैब्रियल हेसूस मिसिंग है गुरुजी, वो स्कोर किया था वीकेंड में. Please tell me that Atletico Madrid will come up with a shock result. Come on, get a prediction in.
Yeah, they after seeing that performance,
Yeah, the fixing हो रहा है literally.
very probable. That result is very probable, and I think let's take that shock result into perspective. Let's say. that
Okay,
Atletico-
I'll put it. Sorry, I'll put it quickly. I'll put it this way. आप चाहोगे कि यार सिटी FA कप सेमीफाइनल जीते लिवरपूल के साथ and faces us, assuming we'll beat Crystal Palace, or would you like City to kind of win this one?
I would like City
Difficult
to
one.
win this one. I would like City
Oh,
to
okay.
win this one. I would not like City. I would not like an amped up City. Okay, in the FA Cup in that FA Cup run. Okay, because if
Either way, we play them.
I
Right?
fear an
Possibly.
amped up City. I fear an amped up City. Okay.
Okay.
So I don't want
Interesting,
that
nice.
amped up City. So I think that they should win this particular fixture. But I think Atletico can get a surprise result out of this. You are right. I'm predicting a surprise result for Atletico.
Yeah, ये वाला मुझे actually genuinely लग रहा है penalties पे जा सकते हैं. दोनों का what's your call?
I agree. See, Atletico somehow always manages to pull one out of the bag in the Champions League. Okay, so okay, sorry,
Must
that's
comment है यार.
the comment.
Absolutely. इसका और David Luiz का देखा था पुराना फोटो यार. Blood characters man. We need such characters man. Yeah, please Dhenuka, continue.
No. So that's what I was saying. So I wouldn't be surprised either. I mean, they have reached the finals, and it's not. I wouldn't put it past them to not knock a surprise out tomorrow. So yeah, I still think tactics wise and everything wise, City should go ahead. But like I said, yeah, that of course there is always that element of surprise.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, Guruji, आप जा रहे हो यार, तुसी मत जाओ. लेकिन हाँ, I know things come up. So hopefully we'll have Guruji again very soon. लेकिन हाँ, we are yet to discuss one more game, people. So बने रहना. Guruji, final words. Come on यार, दे दो that final word that Chelsea needs. Come on.
Keep the blue flag flying high, boys.
Best one. Absolutely.
Cheers,
यार,
cheers.
by the way, check out यार Aditya's Guru Gyan वीडियो डाला है और Guruji will be back very soon. Guruji, thank you for coming on. Always great to have you.
Thank you.
मिलते हैं भाई.
Always a
मिलते हैं
pleasure,
भाई.
man. Always a pleasure. Bye, Dhenuka. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, so Guruji has to take leave right now. लेकिन हाँ, absolutely Dhenuka is here. So Dhenuka, I'm hoping आपके पास है कुछ और minutes and we'll be discussing. I think Villareal Bayern. I know काफी comments आ रहे हैं. हम नहीं छोड़ेंगे. Tension मत लो आप सब लोग. I know काफी लोग stream के शुरुआत से बोल रहे थे. It's about Villareal, kind of doing a surprise. I'll just ask you, first up, right? Do you see Villareal having another gear? Because I think वो first leg maybe they should have probably finished their chances. Danjuma tha kya, jo actually came out and said that we actually have a couple of gears to go. That's
Yes.
confidence and half. So do you see that happening?
Villarreal can pull one out of the hat tomorrow. I really not tomorrow because I really think especially given this time's Bayern, right? The current predicament Bayern is in. It is very frustrating, like to see Bayern like this, because even the fans are like, quandary, what is going on, what is happening, why are we playing like this, right? And they have not, there have been surprise games for Bayern, so mainly because of that. And I think Villarreal is again one of those teams that can sort of capitalize on that, and they go all out again in the Champions League. So I wouldn't be surprised if Villarreal also pulls out something. This
Again,
is
Liverpool,
probably their
man,
best chance. It's a different Bayern. That's why.
You know what? मतलब मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है ना, it's literally deja vu, but Liverpool is in Chelsea's shoes this time. Last season क्या हुआ था? Liverpool or Chelsea and Man City were playing each other like multiple times, and then Chelsea got a Porto in between. Remember? And then we kind of got the luck of the draw to some extent. Well, we have to admit that, right? Well, that is part of UCL.
Yeah.
Liverpool might just be that. Imagine, like, it'll be like, maybe Villarreal kind of pulling through, and then Liverpool get that. और by the way यार, thank you अमृत, absolutely, ये कौन सा currency है by the way, but anyway thanks a lot. आप कहाँ से actually बोल रहे हो? Certainly it will be helpful to know कि यार कहाँ से आप देख रहे हो. Absolutely fantastic when we get support, really great. But यार अगेन आई एम सीइंग कितने ऑलमोस्ट 500 लोग ले लिए पोल, तो यार 500 लाइक्स क्यों नहीं है? खाली 190 लाइक्स है. कम ऑन पीपल, वी कैन जस्ट लाइक, कम ऑन, लेट्स लाइक द स्ट्रीम. Doesn't take a buck. And of course thank you Amrit, again Amrit, if you have any question, and do share with us आप कहाँ से join कर रहे हो. It will help us understand, you know, what time zone we kind of stream in the future as well. Villareal Benfica final. साकिबुल अपना हाईलाइट कर दिया कमेंट. मुझे पता था ये क्यों आ रहा है, लेकिन यार ओके, कोरियन ब्रो, ओके, गुड टू सी एक्चुअली. ऑफ कोर्स yeah, talking about Korea, as in Amrit, आप भी बोलिए यार. Son, where would you rate Son? We haven't, I think we started the stream Dhenuka about who's the best player in the world currently on form. I know it's a left field choice, but I think Son and Kane have a thing that, okay, अगर वो better team में होते, maybe they might be in the conversation as well. Just putting it out there, right? And yes, Just Viola, man, Just Viola. Big up to Just Viola. Big up to Chelsea perspective. Two of the constant supporters of Almighty Blues FC. Please, let's like the stream. Certainly helps. And Raghav TV also in the house. Always great to have you. Again, one of the initial members who started supporting us. And he has a content as well on his channel. So do check it out. Barca fan. लेकिन coming back to Villareal again. Actually, Bayern की बात कर लेते हैं थोड़ी बहुत. So Bayern beat Augsburg 1-0 via Lewandowski penalty. And their team wasn't as rotated as Villareal. Villareal literally, I think, Emery changed entire team. मतलब he gave away यार top 6 क्या ही, तो यार हमारे पास चैंपियंस लीग है, मेरे पास यूरोपियन ग्लोरी का टैग है. I will get it, man. As in, that's the confidence. And he changed entire level. Bayern just changed, I think, 3 people in defense. Probably 3 नहीं बोलोगे, चलो, Nicholas Sule is kind of injured, so he's not. But would you say, Dhenuka, that Nagelsmann has done a Kovac? He's probably going downhill. मतलब recent results have told that maybe 1-0 also it was not really convincing win against Augsburg, or maybe वो third gear में ही खेल रहे. मतलब what is your call about Nagelsmann as a manager?
I honestly don't follow Bundesliga enough to sort of comment on his tactics, etc. But I would actually say that this. So I can't comment on how much the coach has an impact on this team. From what few people I know whom I follow, and I see their comments on Bayern, I don't think they are happy with Nagelsmann. And like I said, I wouldn't be a good person to comment on this as to why, because I don't follow them very much. But there is something about this team even, and the way they play, right? They are not defensively, they are not at all solid, and
Exactly.
there is too much of an onus on, like a dependence on Lewandowski to score, and that is pretty much it. They are relying on his individual brilliance for most of the games. So and the fact that they and I had said this about PSG also. Okay, so when you look at PSG when they play in Champions League versus, I would say that other clubs have an edge over PSG, the Premier League clubs or the Spanish clubs, because you play quality opposition from time to time, at least, right? Whereas them in a league where they are dominating, it's not very easy to sort of pick, and they are not tested that much against the opposition. I think to a certain extent Bayern is also like that. So but that said, again, see, this is the Champions League, and like all your Real Madrid and all these other clubs, Bayern are also a different beast in the Champions League. So probably when pushed against the wall, they'll produce like a result. It's just that point. Consistency wise, I don't.
It's extreme, right? That's the point. Like it's either been like those 1-0s, or 1-0 wins or losses, or it's been like 6-0, 7-0. I think वो चाबी जो है ना, वो basically Hansi Flick दे रहा था, while Nagelsmann being such a young manager, and that comes. मतलब he has to basically spend more time with the team. It will come. I certainly feel a problem team के tactics में इतनी नहीं है compared to basically the man management more than anything.
Right,
it's just the motivation factor for me. Again, Lewandowski to Barca rumors are emerging. Yes, मैं देखा है. और maybe Haaland to Bayern probably होता है Germany, right? You can probably see that happening, no? Reality.
It wouldn't be the first time a Borussia Dortmund player.
So I think Lewandowski gets an easy way out, and he kind of moves on, probably. But again, आप बोलो कि just like Benzema, Lewandowski is still in his prime, very much so. I would say अभी
Yes.
भी मतलब the game against Salzburg, I remember it was Lewandowski वो अकेले ही game turn किया था. Even the second leg, first couple of minutes, I think Salzburg had a couple of chances. फिर Lewandowski बोला भाई अब दिखा मैं दिखाता हूँ.
See,
मतलब he
he's
won a couple
another
of
like
penalties.
quality striker. You can't
Yes.
take, मैं बोल रही हूँ वो individual brilliance जो है ना, you can't take that away from him at all. Like you know that reliance, that ability to score. If you can give him the ball, like he's there to score. Like he is your super reliable, extremely consistent, ace quality forward
Yeah.
attacker.
Right, right.
So
Again, like people are saying, like,
I
bang bang, आप बोलो bang bang. Where will Haaland go next season? As in, let's actually vote in. People, where is Haaland going to land up come 2022-2023 season? मतलब again, my gut is saying कि यार Bayern is probably going to be वो unfortunately is not going to change in Bundesliga. वो होते रहेगा. That's my gut. But again, आप बोलोगे you can probably see him at a Manchester club, probably Man City. लेकिन यार Pep, if City get Haaland, I don't know that flowing football will he able to kind of justify that, Dhenuka?
hmm,
That's a big question mark,
City.
right? Because हाँ करता था Dortmund में, but not as much as what the City forwards do. Like they are a different level now in terms of interchanging positions and all those things. Even at Chelsea, to be honest, मतलब maybe आप last साल बोल रहे थे कि यार Haaland will come to Chelsea, but now I think the way
Hmm.
Havertz is playing, I would say just stick with Havertz. That's my call. Just like I think City fans, I don't
See,
know.
yeah, and that's the thing. Like, with now, at least this is my thinking. Now
Mm-hmm.
there is this sort of impetus, and so not impetus. There is this sort of a focus on players who can do more than just finishing. Okay, because there are very few teams I think that are built in such a way that they rely on an out and out striker. I
Mm-hmm.
personally think that. So people would rather have like a Salah or an Mbappe, or like Havertz, and I think the whole idea of for these people to fit in a team, it would have to be like what, like a Ruud van Nistelrooy, or someone would have to do. That is the kind of profile you're looking at with Haaland, right? Because
Yeah.
he can't create those chances. He's not a winger, so it's very difficult for him to fit as is in any team without bringing in without not sacrificing, without say resting or changing the formation and not play around the players you currently have in the team or are building right now. So it's a bit difficult to see that, because see, Lewandowski again is the it would be the same, right? The swap would be kind of the same if he were to go from Dortmund to Bayern Munich. But I don't know. Was it did he say something like he wants to go out of like Germany and wants to play for like a different?
Yeah,
ये
I think
कहीं
his camp did say. मतलब उसके dad, I think, or I
हाँ,
know Mino Raiola. We all know how he is, right? Mino Raiola, the kind of agent he is,
of
he
course,
makes sure कि वो एक pit तैयार रखे उसके लिए, proper. But I think
for
it's
sure.
more like his dad. I think City's kind of the management kind of suits them. Or
Yeah,
maybe Manchester in general, because earlier Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was in Manchester United. Manchester United had
yeah.
bought a
The
few players. If
connection.
they were there, वो connection था. अभी वो चलेगा तो City का obvious choice हो गया ना.
I,
That is the only team left.
I saw him to Arsenal, and then they put up like a pic of Odegaard with him. I
अरे
was like,
भाई,
boss.
Odegaard was trying his best. Come on, we all know what's going to happen there. How it's going to
No,
end
no,
up. Yeah, Arsenal fans,
I
sorry,
just
yaar.
laughed because I was
Yeah,
like,
it's a
uh,
fact. I did as well. I have to admit there, right? Lekin Amrit, again, thanks, bhai. Again, thanks a lot. Real Madrid will reach the Champions League final because Liverpool must get the
let's get
revenge
there.
this year. Okay, okay.
There is a very interesting thing because final May we've not. I mean, of course, the recent Liverpool final that you can think of is 2018 only, and at that time also, acha, final hai to you will not play at the COP. So
Yeah, I
we've
think
not.
final is in Zenit. It was in Zenit, but it's moved now, right? It's moved to where's the move to?
Yeah,
It's
it's
Paris. It's moved to
Paris.
Paris. Yeah,
Yeah,
moved
it's
to
I think
Paris.
it's Paris.
By the way, यार, as in Touchwood again, I know if I'm not wrong, पहला league game हुआ वापस Spartak and teams के लिए, in there. So again, let's hope that Ukraine में things are good. But again, Amrit, thanks a lot. Big up to you.
And they are
Uh,
in the World
यहाँ
Cup, right?
पर quick question. Okay, it's going to be a tough game for Real. By the way, people do check out TCSB as well. We have to suffer together and try to control the tempo for as long as possible. Yes, Jayant, a big Real Madrid fan in the house. So do check him out. Agar by chance aapne nahi kiya, he's another featured channel on Almighty Blues FC. Big up, of
I can
course.
know because only the Spanish people who follow Spanish teams will use suffer like that.
Yeah, 100%. And yes, yeah, like कर दीजिए अभी तक यार we have not even reached our target of what we had 250 likes. Let's get there. लेकिन yeah, final is in Paris of course. यहाँ पर एक और question था आपके लिए देनुका. Again, sticking to Real for the time being. It's about Vinicius Junior. So Vinicius Junior, would you like to take more responsibility, be a proper goal scorer, और जो खेल रहा है, it's what you would take. Like as long as Benzema is scoring, you don't care, right?
नहीं, सो विनीसियस का एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग डेवलपमेंट आई वुड से क्या ये ऐसा रहा है कि सो ही स्टार्टेड ब्रिलियंटली ये सीजन ना, ही वाज ब्रिलियंट इन द फर्स्ट हाफ ऑफ द सीजन. फिर कहीं जाके वो जनवरी के आसपास आई थिंक व्हेन द सेकंड हाफ स्टार्टेड एंड आई वुड आल्सो कंट्रीब्यूट एट्रीब्यूट अ लॉट ऑफ दिस टू जो नेशनल टीम के लिए he was called, and back to back he had to play matches and it's not easy like playing वहाँ पे he also played in Saudi when the Super Copa was there, and before that he had just been to Brazil to play for the national team, comes back, goes to Saudi, comes back, plays for Real, and in the middle of all this he has COVID. So it's not easy at all. Okay, तो इस बीच में ऐसा भी हुआ कि because of all of that and he's so young, that sort of frustration somewhere crept in, I think, uske game mein, and you could see that like he was struggling a little bit, and he was not the same Vinicius who was in the first half. But if you see his game now, especially that Chelsea game, if you look at it, he is contributing way more as a player overall. Like earlier he would not track back as much and he would only look to dribble, score. That was his thing.
Correct,
Or
correct.
dribble, pass.
But perfect wala, play that he wanted to seek, right? But that's not happening.
Exactly. But now he's tracking back and he sort of, tunes out for a while. He mellows down when he realizes things are not going across. Because when he's frantic, what happens is he ends up losing the ball because he tries to do his best and he then loses the ball and then he gets more frustrated and then he tries to like get the fouls and whatnot and it doesn't go his way and then ultimately he had to be subbed off. लेकिन ये last few games से you can see उसमें वो थोड़ा एक maturity आया है, in the sense he does other things as well. He tunes out for some time और फिर बाद में he picks up the pace and his pace is back. I saw that in the game against Getafe. You could see in the game against Chelsea. It was not like that. It was effectively he was pacing himself. So I would say that Vinicius should continue to do that. He should track back. He links up really well with Mendy. So I have nothing on that front. He links up extremely well with Benzema. We've all seen that. And the drop in form was also not because I think was more of fatigue and this whole reason that that he was getting frustrated. He was not playing well. He was thinking because of the lack of goals. But he's back with the assists. He tracks back, contributes immensely to Real. So I think he should continue doing this and continue to pace himself because he cannot do that. Like for the whole season, he cannot continue to blister at that pace and keep up that tempo in 90 minutes in every game.
Yeah. यहाँ पर यार again यार over 100 people watching. I'm seeing like we have over 500 people taking the poll, but likes बहुत कम है. Come on, let's get up the likes. It's a normal drill, man. Let me not repeat everyone. और यहाँ पर एक comment लेना चाहूँगा. ये again lot of comments और Haaland by the way welcome to the stream. Yes, हिंदी बोलेंगे of course. लेकिन क्या होता है ना when there are multiple people from multiple as in geographies, I don't know. It's important that we mix it up. हमारा actually channel का you see as in that's the caption. It is a fan channel for all to see. So we'll try and mix it up. हम हिंदी भी बोलेंगे, हम इंग्लिश भी बोलेंगे. And यार आप फुटबॉल देखते हो, come on, don't tell me आप इंग्लिश एकदम नहीं समझते हो. Like yes, मजा नहीं आता होगा इतना for some people, लेकिन other way around भी है. Because I know as a matter of fact we have a lot of people from Africa, for example. By the way, big up to Miss Selena. She has great content on her channel. Hopefully, Miss Selena, we'll see a lot more videos, especially women's football. I get to learn a lot, about Chelsea women's football from Miss Selena. So big up to her for this. Absolutely, that's the idea, Haaland. So I hope that everyone kind of enjoys, and I'm hoping everyone is enjoying. That's why you're watching it. अभी तक ना, तो सब like कर दीजिए stream को. Real Madrid lost European Cup final against Liverpool in 1981. Okay, that's an interesting one. Jitesh Bhai in the house. By the way, people who don't know Jitesh Bhai, he is along with of course Dhenuka running Bombay Penny. I would say as much as I know.
He's the
Again,
president of Bombay Penny.
exactly. So Jitesh Bhai again, yeah, welcome. I would like to have you also on the panel sometime in the future. Hopefully, you come on as well. We'll have a lot of discussion. Yeah, not after beating Chelsea. But yeah, absolutely, we would love to have a discussion आपके साथ भी. Certainly, big up to you. And yes, Rahul, big up to you as well. Guys, subscribe to the channel if you have not done already. ये भूलना मत यार. बहुत लोग देखते हैं, subscribe करना भूल जाते हैं. So that any content we do, you will get a notification. तो subscribe करना मत भूलना. Bell notification icon और like. These are the three basic rules आप देखते हो बहुत समय से. विनिशियस काफी प्लेयर्स की टारगेट पे रहता है आजकल यार. क्रिश्चियनसन तो बोला यार वेल लेफ्ट, चलो उसको दे देते, आज मौका दे देते. तो लास्ट मैच में तो क्रिश्चियनसन पता नहीं क्या दोस्ती कर रहा था, पता नहीं बारसा बाद में आने वाली दुश्मनी बारसा के साथ, तो सोचा कि यार चलो आज I'll give him a chance. But hopefully, like for me, again I know a lot of Chelsea fans on other channels have said Christensen is the best bet at right centre back. He's a worst bet. I'm just praying कि वो नहीं खेले, because I don't think he has it in him to kind of play against Vinicius the way Vinicius is playing. Again, hoping that he proves me wrong. He is great in center of the centre back position. I think Sadiq Bhai was in the house. We discussed it as well. Trent was a Vinicius khatarnak last year. Yeah, matlab, exactly. Like a lot of battles are there. Matlab, talking about revenge, like we also have against Liverpool pending. So matlab, there is a lot of stories. Like I won't kind of jump the gun. We have one game, यार यही बहुत मुश्किल है. 3-1 we are trailing, so I don't think I should open my mouth too much अभी. We need, I think Marcus Alonso, Kostas सही बोला यार. He has to do the job for us. Imagine like he does it in Madrid, like that will be a different event. What about Joao Felix? What about him? He himself is asking this question. Dhenuka, where will he land up?
Joao Felix. Is he looking to move? I didn't even know that.
I think everyone knows. I think Portugal, the coach, Fernando Santos, he wants him to move. क्योंकि यार he's not kind of वो नहीं live up कर पा रहा to his potential because of the way Atletico plays.
Sure.
So maybe City, he's not a bad option for City.
Not at all. He's a very good player. I really like Joao Felix.
He's very similar to Kai Havertz in a way, right? I know.
That's what I was going to ask. Where will he? Yeah, exactly. Then are they getting rid of Kai Havertz?
Absolutely, yeah. He is a golden boy. I think last 6 matches he scored 6 goals or something like that. I think crazy. Again, touch wood. Yes, Akibul, मैंने देख लिया था आपका comment. Absolutely. Yes, David talks football as well. People do check it out. Sorry, David. I know that we had to collab today. I didn't get the time. Hopefully, we'll do again. But he was there. We did to watch along. Great. We watched Man City, Liverpool together. Thanks for coming on again. Yes, 100 people watching. If not yet subscribed, please subscribe. And keep coming back, and that's how you do, by subscribing to the channel. जितेश भाई बोल रहे सर हम कमेंट्स में ही ठीक है, जेनुका जी इज द बेस्ट पर्सन फॉर फैन ओपिनियन. यार अब हम फैंस हैं, मैं कौन सा यार मतलब पैदा हुआ हूँ इसके साथ, यार हम बात कर रहे हैं बस एज फैंस. कम ऑन जितेश भाई,
you said it, it's fan opinion, we're not analysts.
Yeah,
so
exactly man. As in, again, we had already discussed it's probably fake news. I think Turkey wala news is probably more real. He might buy a Turkish club which is not doing well, just so that he invests somewhere, right? And that's what I would say. So yeah, as in again, Villareal Athletic Bilbao से खेली थी weekend में. What any thoughts on Lo Celso, Serge Aurier? If you've got a chance to watch any Villareal games, they have moved from the Premier League. I heard they're doing very well, Dhenuka. So Villareal have a team and a half. So what's your prediction?
I mean, I don't know.
I think Bayern, let me check if they are missing anyone. I think Bayern are not missing anyone. I think they're good.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah,
unless
I think
something happened today.
Goretzka was the only person I think was slightly injured last match mein, lekin I think he came back again on the pitch, so he'll be fine. So, are you going for a proper whitewash Bayern at home, considering that, or would you say that Villareal will probably give them a surprise at least?
I highly doubt it, because
no,
I highly doubt that. I'm going for Bayern here. They will not. Or he said, Nagelsmann said something like, we won't like play badly twice or something. He said, it was for this one only, I think. So I would be very surprised.
Very surprised. Okay. So basically, as in obviously once एक surprise तो होने वाला है. Come on, 4 मैच में से एक surprise तो ये rule है. When you come on the panel, आपको एक surprise prediction तो देना है. So which is your prediction? So Going by that logic, I don't think you have yet predicted the scoreline of Real Madrid Chelsea. Are you going
Listen,
for
I was
sometime soon?
horribly off mark the last time, so I don't think I should do this prediction business. When it comes to the UCL, at least I got so the last time around for Liverpool, Real Madrid, I got it right, but this one I got it horribly wrong. I think Carlos surprised everyone. This time, no one thought he would change the team and sort of like go for even tactically. He changed up his tactics and he went for tactics basically. He made tactical changes and
Mhm.
they were spot on. So I don't think anyone saw that coming, and I think everyone was way off with their prediction. I don't even remember seeing on our stream, on the stream or anything, where anyone predicted Real Madrid to win by such a like a huge margin. Um, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
that's
I
a fair,
don't
it's a
think I
fair
should
call.
predict.
हजार्ड भाई यार आर्सेनल नहीं जाए बस कम ऑन वो खुद ही मना कर देगा नोइंग हजार्ड आई थिंक कम ऑन ही शुडंट गो
I think it's
देयर
a rumor. मुझे नहीं लगता है. Like London में ही again. I don't.
yeah I think we know Arsenal Manchester United Chelsea even Real Madrid Barcelona मतलब agents are always
So
looking for moves.
Hazard has actually said that he wants to stay at Real Madrid. Okay, so
Mhm.
realistically, मुझे लगता है कि वही होने वाला है. He is going to end up staying at Real because we are offloading other players. ये time the ones who are out of contract for sure who are leaving.
Yeah,
Bale is
this is a
going.
great question. Like again, eventually तो कभी Benzema को replace करना पड़ेगा. But again, Mbappe can he play that Benzema role in the future? Do you see it? Number 9 proper.
Mm, I don't think so. He's young. He's
Yeah,
very young, and I mean even Benzema has
but वो भी
evolved
आया था
over the
बहुत young ही
years.
आया था. Remember Manchester
बहुत
United
यंग ही
was
आया था.
yeah.
Absolutely, yeah, बहुत यंग ही आया था. 2010, 2009,
Yeah, it's been
2009.
a while. It's been so long. Yeah, it's time flies, man. I
हाँ,
swear. लेकिन हाँ, I think probably they knowing Madrid
तो
they
यही
मतलब
है.
invest करेंगे
The,
एक और striker में नहीं?
so हाँ, and that is the thing, right? Because people were saying that Haaland might come to Madrid, but the problem with that is that if Mbappe comes to Madrid, and then you have Benzema who's in superlative form at the moment. So you can't be like, okay, rest Benzema now or next season immediately in the immediate future. So where do you play him, right? Like that is the big question. So I think the idea was to sort of have Haaland as a replacement of sorts, but who knows where that is going.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, by the way, Rahul says that 30 more likes to 300. Let's go get to the magic figure. Let me actually see the poll. क्या है? मतलब again, which is the one team most likely to shock the opposition in the UCL quarterfinal second leg? I think Dhenuka has probably not gone for any team out there. She's probably playing it safe, knowing that last time जो था आपका prediction. I can understand it absolutely.
Yeah.
I for one, I'm just calling it like it's just destiny. Maybe what happened to Chelsea last year, I can see happening to Liverpool. As much as I hate to say it, मुझे लग रहा है मतलब Villareal might just spring off a surprise against Bayern. यहाँ पर मैं पोल एंड कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन very happy to say, and again, it's not just because it's a Chelsea fan running this channel. The fact that 36% सोच रहे हैं Chelsea will be the surprise, and मतलब more or less people will say that if any team has it in them, it's Chelsea Champions of Europe. It's the last game where we kind of potentially last game Real Madrid fans would say where we'll defend our crown. लेकिन again time will tell क्या होने वाला है. तो lot of great kind of opinions there, but again yeah, people do get the likes up. Check out official Bombay Penia. The link of the Instagram ID is there in the description, और उनका handle भी है in the first line of description. और आदित्य गुरु ज्ञान भी check करना. He was there, people miss out to check it out because हाँ उन्होंने एक video drop किया है and it's for real, really. Yeah. Asensio going to AC Milan. Oh man.
Yeah, that's the latest.
I
I
wish
think
I
he's
wish I like him. I told you right, Dhenuka. I like the
yeah,
player.
yeah, yeah.
He's got something
See,
in him, right? That X factor है. So I don't mind as an AC Milan fan as
एक्स
well.
फैक्टर है अगर मतलब तुम्हारे पास दूसरा ऑप्शन हो एंड ही इज योर नहीं. सो मैं वापस असेंसियो का ये स्टार्ट नहीं करना चाहूंगी बिकॉज हर इसमें आई थिंक मेरा एक असेंसियो रैंट रहा है ये
Yeah, we should end on the
सीजन.
bad note here.
So no, I see he's again like I've also always said this. Okay, Asensio is his goals are beautiful when he scores. When those screamers 40 yards. So जब वो score करता है, he is a fantastic player. Okay, he's in that sense he's really good, and I think post injury, na, it has always been a problem with him. And pre-injury, Asensio was a different beast, and post-injury, he has been. And ऐसा नहीं है कि he has not had confidence in the form of goals. He has scored. He scores these bangers from time to time, but still, in his overall game, he's not able to keep up with the rest. I think because he slows the game down. He's not invested enough. Pace nahi hai, does not pass the ball आगे. He will make the safe choice and pass it back to the defender. These things matter when you're playing like a high press game and against quality opposition, and he's not able to do that. So in a game where all
Yeah.
is fine and dandy, he will score, he can score, but in a pressure situation he's not what you want. Like a Rodrigo is more effective because he will still take that chance and he will wait on the ball and he will pass it forward. He'll do that vertical passing, but Asensio doesn't do that. That is my issue with him, not the fact that he's not a good player. So like you said, he is a good
Yeah,
player.
class hai, but वही है, he needs to do
Class
more.
है, but overall game देखा जाए and what Real is, he doesn't fit in well currently with this team. I think his game is not
Yeah,
up to the
fair
mark
enough.
as compared to others.
Like he again, no disrespect, but he plays as though he's playing in Ajax, but he's playing at Real Madrid. Like it's just the way. Again, Ajax is one of the clubs that I
Sure.
kind of love because of Dutch connection. But the fact that they are not in that competitiveness in terms of UCL, he needs to be that level. Yes, Nikhil, I think we touched upon this quickly. We feel that maybe for this game, Valverde in midfield is not a bad option. Camavinga is always an option,
Camo in
but I
place
think
of Cruz.
once when Cruz kind of is tired, those legs will be needed, and that's where Camavinga can kind of run in between the lines, which he does, pass in between the lines as well.
Exactly.
So that is
Yeah.
something that हम करें. एक और comment मैं quickly लेना चाहता यार भैया Bayern Munich final किस टीम के साथ खेलेगी? मतलब if you're asking about the team that they're playing, for me I was shocked here what team they started off. They didn't start off with Goretzka last game में. But in terms of opposition, again, looking at things, I am seeing like City going to the final. Again, no disrespect to Chelsea and Real Madrid. Being a Chelsea fan, मैं तो क्यों ही बोलूँगा. लेकिन मुझे लग रहा है City का ये season है. It's just my gut. Nothing against any team, but yeah, in terms of the team that they have themselves, yeah, Goretzka is a beast, man. He needs to start every game. I was shocked that he didn't start against Villareal. Anyone knows क्या हुआ था? मतलब for me that was a shocker. That was in itself saying that how could you start Musiala in such a big game? Absolutely. But yeah, a lot of people saying Atletico going to the final, Villareal. So again, it's wishful thinking or I don't know reality. But I'm hoping everyone has liked the stream. I know almost over an hour and a half. I know Dhenuka also probably has to go. Let's get the likes up to 300. Check out Bombay Pena. The Insta ID is there in the description. The link is there as well. Dhenuka, come on, final words. Got to basically give some positive energy for your opposition, nahi?
For my opposition. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough ask to be
Okay.
very
At least
honest
for the crowd,
coming
at
to
least
the
for the people
Santiago
watching.
Bernabeu. Yeah, I mean, वही है, try and score, I guess, early on, put some pressure on Madrid, and it's not going to be easy. But upsets have happened in the past. Like I mentioned, I started off the stream mentioning the Juventus game, where they gave us a tough run, and that was in the Champions League not too long ago, 2018. So yeah, I'm just hoping for a good match, and yeah, may the better team win. If Chelsea do manage to sort of pull off a thing here and they go on to even penalties,
It's best ever game
that's
for us. Best ever.
that would have been exactly, that would be the best ever game for you guys that you must have
Yeah.
ever played. So yeah, so that's that, I guess.
Yeah, frankly, that's what actually the reality is, and we have to take it, minute by minute. That's how the game is going to be. But again, Champions League nights, we live for that. Hopefully, the players realize it and kind of give it the best shot. I'm pretty sure Real Madrid के लिए भी है काफी motivation. I think nothing can be bigger than this. Benzema, I don't know, 2 matches hat trick, third time. Let's see if he gets that or not. As Real Madrid fans, आप बोलोगे. For Chelsea and Atletico Madrid, yes, hopefully it's lucky for us this time around. Again, time will tell. But again, yeah, people over what around 85 people watching. एक चीज मत भूलना, do subscribe so that you are getting content regularly from Almighty Blues FC. We're always open to feedback. My as in direct kind of IDs are there below. You can always DM me. I am open to DMs. And if you would like to come on as well, if you are a content creator yourself, do DM me. We can talk about it. We do a lot of podcasts. We are planning a lot in the future as well. And I think we had a few invites going on while the stream was going. So hopefully we'll get that. But Dhenuka, fantastic to have you. देखते हैं
Likewise.
I know Real Madrid, Chelsea, probably this will be the time where, at least for this season, I will not be playing again. So
Yeah.
let's just hope for a great game. But hoping Dhenuka will also join us for other watch-alongs, for other things, in the future. Anything that you want to share about Bombay Pena for anyone out there who might not know, please?
So Bombay Pena is, in a nutshell, so the difference between a Pena and a fan club is that a Pena is officially recognized by the club you're supporting. So in this case, Real Madrid officially supports us. We are registered with them, and Bombay Pena was the first officially registered Pena in India. We have a few such peñas distributed throughout India, and more are coming up as we speak. So the banner is Madridismo India, and if you go to Bombay Peña's page, you'll get more information. Look for the post on the Twitter. If you can go to Bombay Peña's Twitter, you can see. I think it's a pinned tweet. You can get info on Madridismo
Actually,
India.
sorry, I'll just quickly. I think I missed to add the Twitter handle as well. Let me add that as
Okay,
well. As
okay.
soon as the stream is over, I'll add that as well for sure. Yeah,
Okay.
please go ahead.
Yeah. So that is that. So these are so what we do, we do screening. So every pena differs, every city's pena differs, because there is complete control. They are not wings of one organization. Okay, so every pena has complete control over what they are doing and how they can do, and it is because of logistical reasons. Because
Yeah.
sitting in Mumbai, we can't control what is going on in, say, in like a Delhi or Kerala or any of the other places, or a Kolkata. So because of that, these are separate. And so get in touch with the Pena closest to you, or if you happen to visit any city during a big game, we do a lot of screenings, and you can come to one of our screenings. So there'll be one tomorrow, for
Fantastic.
instance. So
Yeah, as in, I would love to as well in the future. Hopefully, I'll get a chance as well. As in, that'll be
Please
great
do.
fun for sure, right? But yeah,
Please do.
when is the next stream? यार एक चीज मैं बोलना भूल ही गया यार, ऑलमोस्ट मतलब 1.5 घंटा से ऊपर हो गया भाई. हमारा एक ऑलमाइटी ब्लूज क्रिकेट भी है, वहां पर भी दे दीजिए थोड़ा सा, प्लीज छिड़क दीजिए अपना प्यार थोड़ा, because we need Almighty Blues cricket to grow. Pretty sure, yeah. Come on, we are Indians. We kind of know cricket. If not, you don't follow it badly. Let's give it some love. Almighty Blues cricket. It is what it is. Link is in the description below again as well. तो next stream होगा कल Almighty Blues cricket में करते हैं. If I'm not wrong, कल मेरी टीम RCB का मैच है, तो certainly करेंगे राहुल. Everyone will do that probably pre-match. And as you know, हम daily stream almost कर रहे हैं even on Almighty Blues FC. So you will get an update. So do follow me on my socials, everyone. And Wednesday को like we do in recent weeks, हम करेंगे Europa League, Conference League, discuss काफी discussions होने वाले. But yes, I'm just hoping I release a video very soon saying that Chelsea have beaten Real Madrid. Whether they are true or not, वो देखा जाएगा. That's what I can say. Let's give both the teams a chance. But yeah, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be really difficult at the Bernabeu. I have to definitely give that. And till next time, yeah. What's that?
No, nothing. I just saw some people in the mentions, so I was just waving to them. Sorry.
Okay, do you have a Chelsea penny also? Yeah, Dhenuka will probably initiate it for us. Probably slowly, steadily, she'll be like, okay, Chelsea, yeah, even they are good guys. Like, let's actually have for them as well. Let's see, यार करते हैं. मैं बाबा से डिस्कस करता हूँ, कुछ प्रॉपर करते हैं on that level. Especially Bangalore में तो करना है मुझे. That's something that I'll probably take some tips from Dhenuka and go, right? For sure. यार हंस लो यार, RCB हंस लो, कितना हंस लो जो भी है. But yeah, fan is a fan. Chelsea till I die. I'm sure Dhenuka will say the same thing about Real Madrid. And that's what we love about discussing sports, and that's why we have this channel, just discussion. Again, thanks a lot for everyone watching, and till next time, take care. Do like, subscribe, and check out Bombay Pena. Come on, we are hoping for some
Madrid.
great games, and up the Chelsea and Hala Madrid for Madrid fans. So itna to bola banta hai. See you.
Thanks. Bye.